Hi, this is Stacy with Gooseberry Bridge Farm, and today we are sorting orders for our Plant Start CSA. So I'm going to show you the chaos that comes with that, especially since, let's see, this is our third year doing the Plant Start CSA. The first year we had about 20 orders, the second year we had 45-ish, and this year we have 87, including our own plants, which I just went ahead and placed an order myself so that it would be easier to make sure I get everything I want. Okay, so this is the beginnings of gathering crates to put the orders in. We don't have 87 crates, partly because I'm using them all for these trees. So I'm not really sure. There's Annie. Hi, Annie. I'm not really sure what we're going to do. We do have a lot of boxes. You can kind of see them over there. We're going to line them all up and label them with numbers, and each order has a number. So we're going to get started. On number 68. Only doing tomatoes, only for people who asked for specifics. It's one of our orders. All these tomatoes still left. I should wait till we're done, but these are our tomato orders so far. We are, what, 2/3 of the way done, probably? Maybe a little more. It's a lot of orders. All right, day one of CSA order sorting is completed. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. It looks like a mess. We have all these boxes back here numbered. The tomatoes, okra, and eggplant that people ordered are in the boxes. If they ordered peppers, they are still in front of me here. Peppers are still here. Loofah is still here. Here's all of the tomato orders. There are 80 something orders. These are mine. We have them kind of stacked to make them fit in here. All the other tomatoes are in the barn for the night. Hey, there's Teddy. Hi, Teddy.
Hi.
And then tomorrow we will do the peppers. Right, Teddy?
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow we're going to sort the peppers. We're going to take all of this and all of the pepper trays. There's 49 pepper trays, I think. Maybe, no, there's actually more than that. There's like 55. We're going to take them out of here. So all the pepper trays come out. All the tomato order boxes come out. And then we will put pepper orders into the boxes, and then the extra peppers go to the barn for the next night, which will be, today's Wednesday, Thursday. And if we get everything done or close to done on Thursday, I'll send out an email to my CSA subscribers and tell them that they can pick up on Friday night or Saturday or Sunday or any day the next week. But I really hope they come over the weekend, because that will clear up a lot of space in here and make this easier. And it's going to be almost 90 degrees over the weekend. Last night it was forecast to be 40, and it was 28 here in our little microclimate, which is why we had to move everything back into the greenhouse and everything into the barn. I don't expect it to get into the 20s tonight. I don't expect it to get below 35 probably, because it's forecast tonight to be 49. But I am planning as if it's going to be in the 30s. So everything should be fine in the barn. Everything else should be fine in here. All the squash, cucumbers, melons, all of that is in the other greenhouse with the herbs, cut flower shares, and pollinator gardens. I think I've covered everything. Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Close the door for the night. Oh, here's our numbering system for the boxes. Each box has a piece of duct tape with a number, and each box that we started to fill has the person's name on it also. It's kind of crazy. If you go back in our older videos, we have a video from 2 years ago, the very first year we did the Plant Start CSA, and I only had like 20 orders, and I did a video about how we put the orders together and everything and my experience doing it for the first time. Now we've got quite a system set up, which is good because, as I mentioned, we have almost 90 orders. I think the number is 87 officially. So yeah, the biggest difference this year is going to be people picking up those 87 orders, or 86 because one of them is mine. But I'm gonna walk over to the barn and show you everything else. Okay, we're at the barn. I haven't even seen this yet since I didn't move them. It's dark. There's the boxes. And there. Alright, stop, buddy. Don't open it all the way. We just have to close it again. Noticeably warmer in here. These are all the extra tomatoes, minus just a few that are here that are actually going into orders, because we have a few, like maybe 3 or 4 orders that we did not pack yet because of some reason, like I had a question or needed to figure out what to put in them. Some people just tell me, hey, I want tomatoes, and they don't actually tell me a number or how much space they have or any of that, so I figure all that out. Sometimes I have to ask them questions, but these are all our extra tomatoes, and then we will have about this many tray-wise for extra peppers, but way more plants. We started about between 850 and 900 tomatoes and had orders for like 500, so there's not that many left. See, cat. And then we had, like my asparagus too. Then we had orders for about 360 peppers, but we grew 1,200 because wow. So I'm really gonna have to sell some peppers at our plant sale this weekend, but yay, we have enough for a plant sale. Last year we barely had any extras because we didn't have the 3rd greenhouse. So we grew half the orders, and that was pretty much all we had. So last year I combined forces with a friend, and then we had enough plants to make the plant sale worthwhile for people who are coming. Time for peppers. 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 All the orders in order up there. Almost all of them. All right, so our orders are all lined up. Peppers and tomatoes are done. You can see them all in their boxes. We've also done loofah, eggplant, and Malabar spinach into the orders. Okay, next up is squash, cucumbers, melons, which are all right here and here. And we're going to be doing a few herbs because I brought out some dill, some chives, and some basil and more chives. So, oh, and also some mint over there. This is kind of a mess, and we did not individually label these plants, which is going to make this harder, except for the ones in the cups. The cups are all labeled, but the trays are not labeled. These are all the zucchini, squash, melon, cucumbers, I think, and basil, and the orders. Sorting day 2 complete. We sorted, these behind me are all our CSA orders. So each box looks something like this, or this, or that one, or that one, or that one. They are, it's raining now, so that's fun. We just finished getting them all put up. Looks like this fan is blowing over this poor tomato plant. Move it over a little. Okay, here, you can see my bucket of rabbit poop fertilizer. Anyway, all these are orders today. Yesterday we did tomatoes. Today, I guess yesterday we did tomatoes, okra, and some eggplant. Today we added peppers, squash, cucumbers, watermelons, pumpkins, all that sort of stuff, and a few herbs. I don't see any shares with herbs in them, but oh, there's one back there. There's got some oregano and some basil. So they're all back inside, not because of cold tonight, but because it's going to be raining all night. And I didn't want to flood out all the boxes and all of that. So everything is in here, and all the extra plants are in the barn. Again, it's a lot more now. I'll try to run over there and show you what all's there. And there's actually some space in greenhouse number 3. And tomorrow we'll be pulling the cut flower shares, the pollinator shares, the herb garden shares, all of the random herbs. Because sometimes people just order individual herbs, and sometimes they order the mix that I make up. So those things will come out and go into the orders. The orders are going back on the rows outside, and as long as the forecast looks like it's not going to rain all night, they stay outside Friday night, tomorrow, and Saturday is when pickup starts. We're hoping at least 30 to 50% will pick up on Saturday, but we don't really know. Then it would be a lot easier if half of these orders were gone. It would be a lot easier to put them back in here in order and leave them in here and take care of them in here, and we could probably get them all into crates if we only had half the orders, maybe. We'll see. It's pretty important to me that we take care of the plants until they leave here. Obviously, it's really a lot more difficult with them in these boxes and all spread out, but we will still be doing it. We'll also have to put a shade cloth over the top of this greenhouse tomorrow afternoon or Saturday morning, because Saturday it's supposed to be 87 degrees. Yes, so it's going to be summer on Saturday. Instead of being rainy and cloudy like today, or cool and windy like yesterday, we're going to have summer begins on Saturday, and it's supposed to be basically in the 80s forever after that, and lows in the 60s, which is perfect time to plant all of this. So that's good, but the I wish we could have had just maybe like one day of spring for the plant sale. I'm a little concerned that it's going to be so hot that it's going to be hard to keep the plants happy outside at the barn. Get my hose now. Walking over to the other greenhouse so I can show you how much space is in there now. I'm glad it's raining on all my flower rows because I didn't water them today, so that's nice. And my raised beds in the garden and peas and all of that really need the rain. So I'll show you in here. All right, I'm just giving everything in here a little bit of water, but look at all that space. That's where the squash, cucumbers, etc. were. Looks like I left one tray in here that has some watermelons on it, and then I have a tray right there with those pink and blue and yellow tags that is just now sprouting. I really don't have enough hose to deal with this, but I'm gonna just try to spray everything a little bit. All right, you can see how much space we have in here. There's the space right by my feet. It's day 3, sorting CSA orders for our plant sale and setting up for the plant sale, and we are almost done. We have the orders sorted except for the succulent shares that I'm going to pull now. We still need to move a lot of stuff over to the plant sale. We're going to move some of this Amish plants. I'm going to sell the extras. Some of the asparagus, some of the celery right there, and the strawberries back there. Most of these smaller plants are mine. My okra, sunflowers, successions, etc. All of this, these 3 trays get to be moved, but they're a little bit later, so more like if we have more plant sale days next week, these will go in it. Those are the zucchini. Then back there in the back, you can see the succulents I need to pull. Hello, I don't think I gave you an update. This is plant sale day, which is also the first day of CSA pickup, even though people picked up last night. I'm going to show you the row of orders. This is everything for the orders. You can see each basket, or each 2 baskets, is an order. We did move a few inside, the ones that told me they weren't going to be here for a while. It morning. Feels like we're in a cloud. And I have a bunch of paper signs to put up, so that is unfortunate that it is so wet because they aren't going to last 5 minutes out here. These are all the plants. We need to sort everything into some sort of organized system and spread out the tables. It's also windy. Really don't like wind on plant sale day, and it's a forecast to be 87 degrees. At least these plants should be used to it from the greenhouse. Okay, we're at the end of day 1 of CSA pickup and plant sale, and we've got a ton of stuff left. All these are orders that haven't been picked up yet, and so there's more in the back behind the table. We had to move them all inside because they were out on those rows, and these are trees. They were over there. The sunset's really pretty, but we had to move them. So another thing that happened today, it was super hot. All of this chamomile wilted. All of this calendula looked sad. I ran the irrigation over here to cool it off. Even this second year coreopsis was all sad. It's better now because it's almost dark. But it was extremely hot. It was about 87 degrees, super humid. And you can see we put the shade cloth on the greenhouse. We had an inch of rain 2 days ago. I've got a mess over here. The inch of rain did nothing. This greenhouse is almost empty because we moved almost everything to the one with the shade cloth. It actually stayed a lot cooler in here without all the stuff. And this one does have better ventilation, plus I have a fan in the window. And it was pretty windy today too, so that helped with the heat. You can definitely tell we got an inch of rain. The grass is growing. I'm hoping it's growing this fast. Look at all this. This is our onions, and the potatoes have really recovered from that freeze a few weeks ago. They're doing awesome. I can probably safely pick up the frost cloth now. I had to leave it because we just got a frost like 4 days ago, and now it's 97 or 87. And there's some piglets. So much growth though. I'm really hoping that growth is also happening in the pastures. It's happening in this one, but that's because the pigs can't get to it. They're locked in this corner, letting the pasture rest. These are the contents of the small greenhouse right now. These are all our zinnias going out to the flower field. I've got a bunch of landscaping type plants here. More flower field stuff. Zinnias, basil, celosia, all those are marigolds. More zinnias, they're pretty much all in here. And we've got a few tomatoes, and these are our sauce tomatoes and tomatillos. So I'm just checking to make sure everybody's still watered. It ran about 110 degrees in here all day, so that is hard on the plants. That was with our fan running. And I'm gonna close the door for nighttime. Quick check on the rest of the garden. This is our pepper bed with kale and broccoli around it. I might plant something different in there this year. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. I'm a little worried we have moles in the garden. Anyway, this is our cabbage. Yes, it is planted way too close together, and that's because I've never actually been successful growing cabbage. This curled kale is doing awesome. We've got some purple bok choy down there that looks awesome, but this bok choy all bolted really fast this year. But yeah, this is like starting to form a head and everything. Most of them are. I was going to cut out half of them if they got this big, so we might cut some. This is Napa cabbage, by the way. I'm impressed with how well it's doing. I have never grown this variety before, and I'm really excited about it actually working. This is like Chinese broccoli, and it is flowering and making little broccoli, and I should have harvested it. This is what you harvest on these little tiny broccolis. This one's a little past, and you're supposed to get to them before they flower, and I just haven't. But if I cut them off, they'll make more. They're finally taking off, which I think is a little weird because they're supposed to like cool weather, and they've been just small. They've been planted since like the end of March, and it's now the beginning of May, and they're just finally starting to grow. I really need to pinch off all those flowers and let them grow new ones, but no time today. We are still working on filling our raised beds, and I have a bunch of other stuff growing over here, peas and onions. They were all wilted today from the heat. We've got garlic. It just got so hot so fast. Yesterday the high was in the 60s. Today the high was in the upper 80s. That's a big difference, and everybody is feeling it. All right, well, I'm going to close this video about our PlantStar CSA and my brain is dead after this week. PlantStar, CSA, and plant sale. I'm going to show you what we've been dealing with the last couple days. It's finally started raining more. All of our plant sale plants have been hanging out under the tables. I'm out here dumping water. So instead of watering plants, I'm unwatering plants. So we still have a lot left. We're gonna do probably some kind of special sale this weekend and try to move the rest of them. Oh, and there's more in the barn. We had to move them in here last night because of the storm. But we've sold a lot, and we just need to get these plants some new homes. Next year maybe not grow so many. So I'll see you next time.